Introducing the brand new Zontes 368 Enduro, the 368G. A few weeks ago I made a video about the Honda ADV 350, and for my relatively small channel that video got a lot of hits very quickly, and one of the biggest comments was, please try the Zontes for a comparison. So here we are today in the main franchise in Bangkok to try out the new Zontes. So today I'm hoping to try and answer some of your questions, find out what is better on the Zontes and what is not so good, and find out if this is actually worth the price tag. Now here's a quick run through the stats. Not that I'm interested in the stats today, I'm more interested in the ride, the comfort, the handling, the agility and the long haul. So we've actually ended up in Chiang Mai province, on the tallest mountain in Thailand, Doi Inthanon, putting the Zontes to a full test. First up, the power. We're looking at 38.8 horsepower on the Zontes versus the Honda's 28.9. That is a massive jump, nearly 10 extra horses to pull you up these hills. Torque is up to at 40 Newton meters. It's got that high compression grunt that the ADV 350 doesn't match on the spec sheet. Fuel tank, well, the range, this is huge for my Moto adventures, 17.5 litres on the Zontes. That's nearly 6 litres more than the Honda. You're looking at a 500 kilometre range, easy. Display, it's got an 8-inch TFT. It makes the Honda's 5-inch screen look like a calculator from the 90s. Plus you've got built-in dash cams front and back. And for the dirt, we've got spoked tubeless rims, proper adventure gear, whereas the Honda sticks to standard cast alloy. But there is a catch. All that tech and metal adds up. The Zontes weighs in at 203 kilograms. That's 17 kilograms than the ADV 350, and in the tight stuff you feel it. So I'm being told 204 kilograms for this bike. It's a lot bigger than the ADV. It looks a lot bigger, it feels a lot bigger. I definitely can't cock my leg over it, so I'm gonna have to step through the middle. How does that feel for me? For a short rider, I'm on tiptoes. And these crash bars do make it wider. That's better. On the Zontes, I can get my foot flat. And what's also good on the Zontes is you've got mid pegs for standing up, for going off-road. So that is pretty amazing in itself. I'm going to film my friend that's here with me today. He's a long-legged version and he is struggling on this bike. So we will film that in a second. So this is my school friend Darren on a trip to Bangkok for the first time. He's 6'2" with a 34-inch inside leg. Go on, Darren, sit on the bike. How do you find it? So, that's feeling quite cramped for me, you said, is that right? Yeah. And can you move your foot position to a cruiser position? Yeah. That does look a bit odd on you, to be honest. On me, it looks okay. But for you, you liking that or you're not? No. Okay. Okay. So, you're flat-footing the bike with a 34-inch inseam. Yeah. I'm on tiptoes with a 28-inch inseam.
Yeah, for me that position there is okay.
6 inches makes a big difference, Darren.
Yeah, I know. So you've got that, I've got that, see? But when I come up here, I'm comfortable, and here, very cramped.
That's very odd, very odd.
This is where you're going to spend your time, isn't it?
It is for you, yeah. Here we go. It does feel a heavier bike, and it does feel a bit more clunkier than the ADV 350. Right, so it definitely has lots more features. It definitely has lots more gizmos, bells and whistles, but already just riding around this car park, I just feel it's not as comfortable or as agile as the Honda ADV 350. It's nice, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but I'm finding it not as good. I'm hopefully going to rent one of these where I live in the north of Thailand now and take it on a proper test ride and a side-by-side comparison with the Honda ADV.
I hate to say it, but it's not as agile as the ADV 350. That bike is 180 kilograms thereabouts, but it doesn't even feel like that. It feels like it's 120, but this one's nearer the 200 kilogram mark, and it feels like it. Definitely not as agile. It's stable, don't get me wrong, it's stable, but it's not flickable like the ADV 350, but it's so flickable, those small wheels. Even though they've got big wide tires on them, it's so flickable, this bike. And because the engine is so low, the weight is down low, so it doesn't feel heavy at all, this bike, but it's so planted, so planted. The only thing I'm struggling with today is that this one is in miles per hour for some reason, not set at kilometers per hour. And I don't have the skills to change it over. Plus I'm going to leave it because that was what was on my contract, how many miles. So I'm leaving it as it is. But we will do a 0 to 100 and 0 to 120 kilometers per hour and just convert it over. 100 and to 120 kilometers per hour, speed test, twist and go, road is clear, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm not feeling any extra horsepower or torque. The results are the same. Are the spec sheets lying?
Okay, road is clear, closing the helmet, 3, 2, 1. So I've just opened up full throttle and just holding it there. 100, there we go. Let's just keep it going. Let's see what it can do. 120. Wow. Wow. Okay, so this is one thing I never got on the ADV 350. It's a lot of wind buffeting. As soon as I get up to the high speeds, I'm feeling the wind. And especially when cars come in the opposite direction, lorries and trucks. I didn't really get that with the ADV 350. It does feel a higher center of balance also. So I'm feeling a little bit unstable, to be honest. But it's certainly cornering well. But again, not as enjoyable cornering as the ADV 350. And I think that's where it is. I think that's where the nail is. It's a nice bike, but I'm just not getting the enjoyment. I'm just not getting the instant satisfaction and the pleasure that the ADV 350 gave me. Those spoke wheels, they are beautiful and tubeless, which is amazing. I know that's a lot of concern for a lot of people, especially when they're adventure riding, that they want to plug a puncture, not take the tire off and change a tube. So I get it, I completely get it. And what they've done here is very clever. It does look good, it really does look good. So it's a bike full of bells and whistles, and they are good, they really are good. Which makes me think they want to hide something. That's my brain working overtime, but you know, they want to disguise that it's weak on something. And I'm just not getting the pleasure out of riding it. It's nice, but it's not as good, in my opinion. It's my opinion. So please don't let me offend you if you own a Zontes 368G, but I definitely can't get that cruiser stance. I just can't get it. Look, I'm still cramped up. And when my friend sat on it with 32-inch inseam, he was so cramped he could hardly turn the steering wheel. Where when I'm sat on the 350 ADV, I'm like sat in that position with my legs out straight. I can't do that because of this seat. It's in my way. So again, I prefer the sitting position on the ADV 350, or I would have to cut this seat and totally alter it. But you know, who wants to be doing that on a brand new bike? It should be right from out the factory, really. So I just pulled in here because it was very scenic and very beautiful. And now I'm struggling. I'm on tippy toes trying to turn this big heavy bike around. I definitely need the engine running. Oh my goodness, do I just go down there and try and turn it around on the flat? I'm in a dilemma now, I really am. Let's try a bit of off-roading then. Let's do it. Oh. Definitely don't want to be doing this. Oh, I can feel the ABS kicking in on that back brake a lot. Oh, that feels very spongy, that back brake. Yeah, and the turning circle's not there, is it? It's just not there. We did it, we got around it. That's what I wanted to show you. Down there. Shit! Oh my god. I nearly dropped the bike. See, now I'm on a camber. I can't put the stand down. Put the brake on, Trev, put the brake on. That's what I wanted to show you, was that view. So yeah, alright, we've just had our first off-road experience. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy it. Yeah, that centre stand is nice and low too, isn't it? There's not much ground clearance on that. Oh.
Now for a bit more off-roading by the river, and this is where the Zontes scores a major win over the Honda. Those fold-out mid-pegs are genius.
Right, now I can hear a cooling fan coming on. So I've definitely got it hot, I reckon. It's going to get hotter now because we're going uphill, all the way up the mountains. So the other thing that's really interesting on this bike is that the servicing is every 4,000 kilometers for the oil, where I think the ADV 350 is 6,000 kilometers. And whereas in my Royal Enfield 650 motorbikes are 10,000 miles for an oil change. So it seems quite high, quick servicing to me. That's where we're going, right up there to that stupa. Hopefully you can see that. Feeling on top of the world. Now you know why I wanted to come up here. So I can't get the bike to go higher than 40 miles per hour up this hill. Right, now we're leveling off. Not as plush as the ADV 350 over bumps either. The highest spot in Thailand. Okay, we're here, I think. Parking. So there we go, the Zontes 368G on the highest point in Thailand. That's where we've managed to come today to test this bike uphill. It's going to put it to the severe test going downhill in a minute to see how that copes. I'm 5'8" and cursed with a 28-inch inseam. So I'm going to show you how I'm struggling with this bike today. I definitely can't cock my leg over. I can step through the middle, just. And when I put the bike up on its stand, I'm on tiptoes, which is not ideal for me. But what I find surprising is when I go back to this part of the seat and put my foot forward, I just don't have that cruiser stance like I did on the Honda ADV 350. I want to go a lot further back than that. So I'm 28 inches short-legged, but I'm finding the rider position on the cruiser stance on this bike very cramped. And when my friend Darren sat on the bike, who's a 32-inch inseam, he was severely cramped on this bike, even though he could flat foot the bike. Tubeless rims, even though they're spoked, this is clever that the spokes are here, not inside the tyre, and that's how they stop losing air. Really good idea. It says ABS somewhere. Where did I read that? It said it somewhere. Oh, there. I can hardly read it. ABS. J-Juan brakes. I did find the ABS very spongy on the back wheel. We've got bobbins on the front disc. That's unusual. Normally you only get that on racing bikes, speed bikes. Disc on the back as well. That's a solid disc, that one. It's got all the tech, right? It's got a camera at the back there. It's got a camera on the front. So it's definitely got all the tech, definitely got all the bells and whistles. But I just think it has to be able to win. In my opinion, it's not as good a bike as a Honda ADV. So to make it more sellable, they've gone all out putting technology on this bike, and it is good. I can't fault the technology at all. The TFT screen, the cameras recording, they've got Sony cameras on this bike, I think, and the image quality is really, really good. Just take these bumps on purpose. Yeah, not as good as an ADV 350, sadly. Right, some major speed bumps. Wow, that's just incredible. I didn't even slow down much on that. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, wow. Incredible. I'm approaching 60, very close to 60 at the moment. I want to be riding on two wheels. Just open my helmet. I want to be riding on two wheels as long as I can until I'm 100. So this bike would keep you riding in your 80s. If you find a normal motorbike too heavy and too difficult to control, this is just easy peasy, lemon squeezy, twist and go. Economical, lightweight. Okay, so it's a balanced bike. It is that. I'll give it that. I don't think I can do that on the ADV 350. So it's more of a motorbike in that sense. But no throttle, downhill. It's accelerating like crazy. So no engine braking. Somebody did say you've got to rev it in between to get the engine braking to kick in. It's not having any effect, sadly. It just wants to keep going. So I do have to brake. So no engine braking on this as a scooter. On the ADV 350, I'm unsure, to be honest, because it's one thing I've got to test. So I can't say that one bike is better than the other on this. But if you went 3 or 4 miles downhill having to touch brakes every 5 seconds, that's gonna cause problems, I think. Woohoo! Look at those lights. Fantastic. Amazing. Very good lights, very good lights. Okay, it's a wider bike through the traffic. Okay, I'm not so confident to fit it through this traffic like I am the ADV 350. It's a bigger bike and I'm on tiptoes. Oof. So it's day 2 and I've finally put my finger on what I'm not liking about this bike. And stupidly enough, even though I've got short legs, I'm feeling very cramped on this bike. And the reason for that, I'm going to show you right now. It's this part of the seat. I can't go back any further than this. And with my little short legs, I'm feeling completely cramped on this bike. If this part of the seat could be removed, I could go further back. And I think that's the major problem with this bike. So this is where I'm putting a call out to any owners out there. Have you managed to remove this part of the seat? I've looked under the seat. I can't see any fixing bolts in there at all. Oh, actually now I do. I do see a hex key right there. But it's a special one. You need a special tool. Maybe that can come off and maybe that can fix the bike. So if there are any Zontes owners out there, especially if you're not liking my review, I don't mean to be insulting, but this bike just doesn't fit me. If it doesn't fit my short legs, it's not going to fit people with longer legs than what I've got. So I think this is the solution. It's a lovely bike, don't get me wrong. It's full of tech and full of cool. Sadly, it's not the bike for me. I did say in the past I could ride the Honda ADV in my 80s. I'm now in my 60s and I'm struggling with the weight, the ergonomics, and the higher weight of gravity on this bike. So I still favour the ADV 350. That was an instant love. This, I could ride it for a week and not love it, sadly. Lovely bike, not for me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And if you would like to see my full Honda ADV 350 review, press this link now.